The Enigmatic Life of George Reeves, 10 Most Scandalous and Shocking Facts. George Reeves, the beloved star of Adventures of Superman, remains an enduring figure in Hollywood lore. Despite his iconic role as the Man of Steel, Reeves' life was riddled with scandal, mystery, and tragedy. From his early struggles to his untimely death, the actor's life is a tapestry of fascinating and controversial stories. Here are 10 of the most scandalous and shocking facts about George Reeves, delving into his personal life, professional challenges, and the haunting questions surrounding his legacy. Number 1. A humble start with a touch of drama. George Kiefer Brewer, later known as George Reeves, was born on January 5, 1914, in Woolstock, Iowa. His parents, Don Brewer and Helen Lesher, divorced shortly after his birth, leaving Reeves' childhood clouded by instability. Helen remarried Frank Besselo, and George took his stepfather's surname, becoming George Besselo. However, when Helen and Frank divorced in 1925, she lied to George, claiming Frank had taken his own life. This revelation deeply affected George later in life, contributing to a sense of betrayal and mistrust. Reeves grew up in Pasadena, California, where he discovered his love for acting at Pasadena Junior College and the Pasadena Playhouse. His early career showed promise, but his personal life was complicated. Reeves married Eleonora Needles in 1940, but their relationship was tumultuous, ending in divorce in 1950. Their marriage produced no children. His romantic entanglements didn't end there. Reeves became involved with Toni Mannix, the wife of Eddie Mannix, a powerful MGM executive. Despite her marriage, Toni openly doted on Reeves, showering him with gifts and affection. A fellow actor from the Playhouse once remarked, "George was a sweet soul, but his life always seemed shadowed by unhappiness." Number 2. Superman, a role that became a curse. When George Reeves donned the iconic cape as Superman in the 1951 TV series Adventures of Superman, he became a household name. Initially, he embraced the role, appreciating the adoration of fans and the steady paycheck. However, as the series progressed, the character that brought him fame also became his greatest limitation. Reeves lamented, "The cape is my prison," as he struggled to escape typecasting and find roles that showcased his range. The show's low-budget production often placed Reeves in dangerous situations. In one infamous incident, his Superman costume caught fire during a stunt, leaving him with second-degree burns. Fans also blurred the line between reality and fiction. A particularly alarming moment occurred when a child brought a loaded gun to meet Reeves, wanting to test if Superman was truly bulletproof. Reeves defused the situation by persuading the child to point the gun elsewhere, demonstrating the surreal challenges of living as a superhero in the public's eye. Number 3. The scandalous affair with Toni Mannix. Reeves' relationship with Toni Mannix was one of Hollywood's most scandalous affairs. Toni, married to Eddie Mannix, a high-ranking MGM executive with rumored mob connections, openly flaunted her affection for Reeves. Despite their unconventional arrangement, Toni and George attended public events together, a bold move in the conservative 1950s. The romance soured by 1958 when Reeves ended the affair to pursue Leonore Lemon, a fiery New York socialite known for her temper and hard-partying lifestyle. Toni was reportedly devastated, while Eddie Mannix's reputed ties to organized crime added an air of danger to the breakup. Rumors swirled that the Mannix family's influence, or even revenge, played a role in Reeves' mysterious death the following year. As one Hollywood insider noted, "You didn't cross Eddie Mannix without consequences." Number 4. The mysterious death of George Reeves. On June 16, 1959, George Reeves was found dead from a gunshot wound to the head in his Beverly Hills home. Officially ruled as a case of self-inflicted death, the circumstances surrounding his passing have been hotly debated for decades. Reeves' fiancée, Leonore Lemon, and several guests were present at the house during the incident. Lemon's behavior raised eyebrows. She reportedly joked, "You'll hear a shot," just moments before the fatal gunfire. Multiple theories emerged. Some speculated that Reeves ended his own life due to professional frustration and financial strain. Others pointed fingers at Eddie Mannix, alleging mob involvement. Another theory suggested an accidental shooting or a domestic argument gone awry. Despite the coroner's ruling, Reeves' death remains one of Hollywood's enduring mysteries, fueled by contradictory testimonies and lingering doubts. Number 5. Financial struggles despite fame. Despite being the face of one of television's most popular series, Reeves faced persistent financial troubles. For his role in Adventures of Superman, Reeves earned only $250 per episode, far below the pay of many contemporaries. By the series' end, his income was insufficient to maintain his lifestyle or fund his ambitions to transition into directing. Reeves confided to friends, "Superman paid the rent, but it didn't feed the soul." He had hoped to escape the shadow of Superman, but opportunities were scarce. His financial struggles compounded his personal frustrations, contributing to a sense of despair. Friends noted that, despite his fame, Reeves often appeared disheartened by his lack of professional and financial fulfillment. Number 6. The Untold War Hero. During World War II, George Reeves put his acting career on hold to serve in the U.S. Army Air Forces. While he didn't see combat, he made significant contributions by appearing in training films and touring military bases to boost morale. Reeves took pride in supporting the war effort, viewing it as an opportunity to give back to his country. His military service revealed a depth to Reeves often overlooked in his Superman persona. Though his contributions were less publicized than his on-screen exploits, those who knew him during this time spoke of his dedication and patriotism. A fellow serviceman once remarked, "George wasn't just Superman on screen, he embodied the spirit of it in real life." This period of his life showcased a multifaceted man striving to balance duty, ambition, and personal turmoil. Number 7. Hollywood politics and enemies. George Reeves was not one to shy away from speaking his mind, especially regarding the treatment of actors in Hollywood. His outspoken nature put him at odds with producers and studio executives, particularly over issues of low pay and poor working conditions. During his tenure as Superman, Reeves earned a modest salary of $200 per episode, far below what many believed he deserved for his iconic role. He publicly criticized the inequities, leading to a reputation as difficult to work with. Some insiders suggested that this reputation was a significant factor in his career stagnation after Adventures of Superman. His willingness to challenge the system earned him both admirers among his peers and powerful enemies in the industry. Despite this, Reeves remained committed to his craft, but the whispers surrounding his troublesome attitude followed him, hindering his post-Superman aspirations. Number 8. A love-hate relationship with fans. Reeves' relationship with his fans was as complicated as his career. While he appreciated the enthusiasm and loyalty of his supporters, he struggled with the public's inability to separate him from his Superman persona. "They don't see George, only Superman," Reeves lamented to a close friend, reflecting the burden of being typecast. Fans often expected him to perform as Superman at public appearances, leaving him physically and emotionally exhausted. At charity events, children would tug at his costume or challenge him to prove his superpowers. While he tried to maintain a friendly demeanor, those close to him noted how draining these interactions became over time. He even experienced moments of frustration when fans treated him more like a character than a person, amplifying his feelings of isolation and disconnection from the broader acting world. Number 9. An unfinished dream. Despite being best known as an actor, Reeves harbored ambitions to break free from the confines of Superman and transition into directing and producing. He began pursuing these goals in the early 1950s, investing his time in projects that showcased his creativity beyond acting. One such effort was Stamp Day for Superman, a government-sponsored short film promoting U.S. savings bonds. While it allowed him to experiment with directing and production, it failed to serve as a launching pad for the career shift he envisioned. Friends and colleagues observed how the lack of opportunities wore on Reeves, leading to feelings of frustration and disillusionment. As Hollywood offers dried up and he struggled to escape the Superman typecasting, Reeves grew increasingly disheartened, with one friend remarking, he felt trapped in the cape. Number 10. The legacy of a tragic hero. Decades after his death, Reeves remains a symbol of Hollywood's darker side. His portrayal of Superman inspired countless fans, but his struggles highlighted the toll of fame. In 2006, Hollywoodland, a film based on his life, reignited interest in his mysterious death, cementing his place in pop culture history. As Toni Mannix reportedly said, "George will always be Superman to the world, but I knew the man behind the cape."